Yo, yo, it's your man Soular Moray. We outside with it. We chilling today. And we got a small little brief message. It's a very simple one. But we can go really deep into things. Like we can go talk about the entire universe and how it works. We could talk about the physical body, the astral body. We could talk about the mental emotional body, aka the ego. We could talk about all kind of crazy things that would give us an understanding of the foundations of the universe, that would allow us to understand all other kind of more complex things, since we'll have the foundational understanding. But in this video, we're going to talk about more or less, it's going to be relationships. Again, and yes, this is a requested topic from you divine souls, you divine beings. This is a requested topic. And it's not that I want to just talk about the relationships, but I want to talk about my view and perspective on relationships and why I view them the way I view them. So first off, if you don't know who I am, my name is Soular Moray. I am a master astrologist, entrepreneur. I teach people how to do a variety of things, from trading the forex market, foreign exchange market, to understanding astrology, to mathematics, to psychology, relationships, you name it. Business building, brand building from the ground up. We talk about these things and we build on these things, and we go based off of a person's purpose. And this is what's so important here, is that we're not just using the same schema, and we're not using the same blueprint for everybody to try to get everyone to the same level of success. Instead, what we're doing is we're looking at everybody uniquely and as individuals, and we're looking at what makes each person special and unique, and we're catering to what is for them rather than what we just have, or what I say works, or what we say works. Because why not you be the anomaly? Why not you be the one that sticks out? Why is very likely. So why not from the beginning we start off by customizing education, awareness, enlightenment towards your actual energies, rather than towards energies that might be my own or somebody else that I've dealt with. In order for you to be able to be aware of this for yourself in your own life, you have to know who you are first. If you don't know who you are first, then it's going to be hard to know if you are doing or not doing the right thing. Even if you were to feel it in your heart, there still may be a level of doubt that could exist because you are not sure of who you are. But when you are sure of who you are, when that doubt shows up, when the fear shows up, you're able to summon a little bit more courage easier, because you know who you are. And you don't have to step down from who you are. You can step up and into who you truly are. And that's what you want to do. So in this conversation of relationships, the main topic here is going to be about my conversation about polygamy, monogamy, trinogamy, quinogamy, pentagamy, pentanogamy, hexology, I don't know, whatever you want to call them as they continue. But polygamy, and the concept that in my life I've had multiple wives at the same time, and I would do so moving forward in my life. But I want to explain my view and my perspective on relationships, so that it's clear, number one, how I think about it and what I have to say about it. But it also provides a different point of view and perspective for you to look at relationships, polygamy, monogamy, what's right, what's wrong, what's for you, what's not for you. Should you get with this person or get away from this person based off of whether they know they're capable of polygamy or incapable of it, or monogamy or polygyny, or whatever setup you might have. You'll see why I'm saying whatever. It's not to be rude, but this is why. The way that I view relationships is like this. I don't care about a single other object, person, or thing, or place. What's more important to me is that you figure out who you are, your purpose. You live in that, walk in that, and you live and vibrate in your authentic self. Remember, Authenticity is 4,000 times stronger than the frequency of love. And most people think love is the highest frequency. No, authenticity is. You see, love can love you and lie to you at the same time. Authenticity can only live and breathe and walk in truth. So you want to be with someone who's authentic, not someone who loves you. Someone who just loves you may not even love themselves. And so who's saying that they love you may not even truly be them. It may be an alter ego that they're currently living in because they don't love themselves completely. And their alter ego needs you for a level of codependency. So they say, I love you to you, but it's not them. It's their alter ego saying that to you that's trying to survive. The real them wouldn't say that. The real them probably feels or thinks a different way. So when you deal with a person and their authentic self, and a person on their authentic self says, I love you, that means something. This person loves himself. This person knows himself. This person is always authentic. This person's in their authentic self. It's not that I believe they're authentic or not. They are authentic. So when they say things like, I love you, it means so much more than when the person who doesn't know themselves, a person who's coping, a person who's dealing with trauma after trauma, a person who's not doing the shadow work, right? The person who's not releasing the traumas. So the way I look at relationships is like this. Here I am in my life, and I have the opportunity to walk in my purpose or not. And this is an opportunity, a chance, and a design that exists beyond any other soul, any other person. This is a choice for me. This is something for me to do in my life. I came in this world alone, essentially. Not really, he came in with our mothers as a product of our fathers. But still, you know what I mean by when we say we came in alone. I was the only person born at that time. You know, it was me. And only I was born for me. It's not like there's different people sharing the same body with me. This is just me. This is mine. And this started at a certain time. And when I got here, there was a set of abilities and things and the way my life would go, whether you believe in destiny or not, whether you believe in astrology or not, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, it doesn't matter. Life is going to play out. Whether you believe it's predestined or we write our destiny, it's going to happen. So, and our energies are what they are in the midst of it. They are what they are. Our energies, what we essentially have, are what they are. We can see this through astrology, which is why we use astrology. I use tropical, Vedic, and Draconic astrology, as well as human design and Mayan astrology, gene keys as well. You know, because these are all relevant. Numerology as well. And I look into all of these different faculties to understand a person, to know who they are. And I started by doing this with myself. And by knowing who I am, I don't need to convince somebody. I don't need somebody to understand me. No, I know who I am. I know what's for me, what's not for me. I don't need somebody to convince me if something's right or wrong or left or right. I know me enough to know what's for me or what's not for me. You know, and I can be authentic about that, or some people can hide those things to fit in with society. So if I'm a polygamous male, but I act like I'm not because I know if I tell the girl I'm with, she's going to leave me, well, then I should have never been with that girl in the first place because it was inauthentic of me. Whereas if I can be authentic and be like, hey, I'm a polygamous male. So I talk to this monogamous-based female, or so how she sees herself from wherever she's at in her journey. And it's like, oh, okay, so we won't work. It would save us both time. It would do us both a favor. Or we could at least love each other for who we are rather than pretending to love each other for who we're not. At least me and this person who is monogamous while I'm polygamous, at least we can be best friends. And at least we know we can trust each other. At least we know we can be authentic with each other. So there's value there still. Now the relationship's stronger than it could have ever been by trying to turn one person into something else to make one person comfortable while the other one suffers. My view of relationships is for you to be in your purpose is a primary. If you're outside of your purpose or you're doing things just to survive rather than to thrive, you're probably out of your purpose. And the relationships you're in are probably situationships. And they're probably just to survive. And as soon as you start loving yourself and being who you are, and take the risk and take the gamble of getting paid for living out your passions, and believing that the Most High is going to always take care of you as you do what you love to do, you know, you're going to find your person through being authentic. You're going to find your people. If you're in your purpose, and at the end of your journey is for you to have 4 wives, so be it. It's not for me to judge what the Most High has for you. It's not for me to judge what the Most High wants you to do. It's not for me to judge what the Most High is trying to teach through you. If maybe you being in your purpose does look like you having 4 wives, maybe you being in your purpose does look like you having 4 husbands as a woman, or whatever you are. You know, maybe it does look like you having this type of relationship or that type of relationship, monogamous, or maybe being with nobody at all, so long as it means that you walked and lived in your purpose in alignment with authenticity in yourself, and you were connected to Source within your own life. Would you sacrifice your connection to Source and sacrifice your connection to the Most High for a relationship on an earth realm that's temporary? And it's not even that these relationships are temporary. These relationships can extend to be internal. They can be soul bonds and soul connections, and they can be eternally based relationships. But what good is that if you never tapped into your truest self, your most authentic self? People think that they're going to die and they're just going to go straight to heaven, and they're just going to know everything and understand everything, so they can just BS while they're here and remain ignorant while they're here now. And they think that when they die, or whenever everything's over, then they're just going to instantly awaken and be ascended. Like, no. Like, what you're doing now is creating your next reality already. Your levels of consciousness and awareness that you bring yourself to today increase the potentialities of what you're able to do and have control of as a creator, versus having ignorance or separation in this realm and in this time, to where when it's time to create, you're completely disconnected from those faculties of creation. It's not like you're just gonna die and go to heaven and just know everything about you and how everything works. Like, no, you're gonna create based off the frequency you left off on. You want to go to heaven, you want to be in heaven, you got to enter heaven here today and now. You got to find that key and gain that access today, here and now. And that key to heaven is the key to oneness, is the key to Source, is the key to truth. It's all truth. It's trying to find yourself. Studying yourself, mastering yourself is how you will master the universe. Vice versa. If you do the other side and you take the other approach and you try to master the universe first, you're just going to find yourself learning about yourself anyway, in a macrocosmic spectrum, which is what quantum physics is. And to understand energy, frequency, and vibration is a measurable dimensions of how things work. So I just wanted to say that about relationships, is the way that I view them is, I don't care if I end up alone, as long as I'm in my purpose and I'm being authentic to myself, and I'm staying connected to Source and the Most High. Maybe that leads me to being alone. Maybe that leads me to being with just one partner and being monogamous. Maybe that leads me to having multiple women around me. Either way, my focus isn't what type of relationship I have in my life. My focus is who is running my life. Who is it that's living this life? And I'll be taking care of that person. And you know, as we refine this, we find our supreme egos, or our higher selves, the versions of us that are aligned with actual truth, not just belief systems, not just ideologies, not lies, not illusions, not traumas. Our higher selves are in alignment with the absolute truth of the entire universe, which is eternal. Your most high self is eternal and beyond space and time. Every other version of yourself that is not your most high self is temporary and ends, because there's a part of it that is not based in absolute truth, and so therefore it must be temporary and eventually will die. And if you align to any identity or version of yourself that is outside of your most authentic self, you will realize it's a dead end that will eventually have to die and or transform. And it stems from your most original self. So you might as well go back to the source and go back to the core, not just of the universe, but of yourself. Especially if you want to talk about relationships and the dynamics and what the correct or incorrect dynamics are. doesn't matter what a relationship with someone else is if you haven't even figured out who you are yet. So with all that being said, I wanted to be clear how I look at relationships, and I also want people to have a very clear understanding of what it's going to look like for them to step